Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. This is another of the Arty Day Competition runner-ups. It's a Pz.Sfl 4B, and it's being commanded by seshet on the south spawn of Steps. And well, this is the Tier 4 German Arty. It's got a 105mm gun, and as you can see here, it can do 410 alpha. And this is the same gun that you would normally find in the Leffy or Fifi. Now, somebody actually mentioned to me the other day that this Arty was actually named the Hausschreck, and that's correct. It was named the Hausschreck, which actually means grasshopper in German. But they did call most of their later designs gorillas, and they just signified which one they were by the number. So seshet's found a duck, an AMX-40. He's taking damage. She's lining up the shot beautifully. Rounds out. It's a bit early. Oh, found a stationary tank destroyer, an M10. It's the French version, the RBFM, that everyone seems to get recently. She's almost loaded. 13.08 seconds. Rounds out. Direct hit. And an Arty's been spotted out in the open. It's an AMX 105 AM, the Tier 4 one. This is a Tier 6 game. Round out. And a kill shot. So, 2 direct hits in a row. And you can see the damage. She did 35% damage to that M10 on her last shot. She's lining him up for another one. Rounds out again. And another direct hit. Okay, we've got a RAM 2 over there and a Strodny Viz 39. But she's going for the Wizzy 131 GFT. The turret's just turned around. This is one of the German Artys with a turret. She's dialing in, carefully working out where he's going next. Puts the round there and... oh, that was good! Oh, the round hit the vehicle, but it didn't do any damage. In fact, it made a sound like it bounced off. It made a twang noise. Okay, it does happen to Arty shells every now and then. You can bounce around off a target instead of damaging it. HE is supposed to explode on impact, but I've seen quite a few shells hit heavy tanks and they don't do any damage whatsoever. Now, I was getting back to saying about the Hausschreck and the gorilla. Well, it was pointed out to me that what's the difference between a grasshopper, which is the Hausschreck, and a gorilla, which is a cricket? Well, crickets have got longer antennae and grasshoppers got short ones. And the gun on the Pz.Sfl 4B is actually a short gun, so it's a grasshopper. Whilst the gun on the Gorilla 15, oh, another direct hit, is actually a very long barrel 15cm weapon. And that's why the Gorilla 15 is a cricket, because it's got a very long gun. We think that's the logic that the Germans had. But of course, Hitler didn't particularly like his vehicles being named after insects. He didn't like the Hummel being called the Hummel because it was a bumblebee in German. Rounds out on the KV-85. Oh, just overflew. Oh, that T-3485M is putting up a good fight, but he's being pushed back by that KV-85. They've probably both got the same gun, but it's the T-3485 that's taking more damage, and he's gone. Rounds out, just overshoots him again. He's getting close, so we need to do something soon, otherwise he's going to see us. He's found a Hetzer now. He's in a dip, pulls back, rounds out. Oh, good hit this time, and it's tracked him. I think he burned his repair kit to get free. The Hetzer's keeping him in place. Seshet's about to shoot. Oh, and he's dead. Now up here we've got a Dickermax. And we saw that tank. He's got 4 kills already. We saw him kill somebody a short while ago. But over here we've got a T-14. Now that's an American heavy tank. One of the premium ones. The Dickermax would make a much better target because it's very light armor. And it's open topped. Which means if seshet can land a round in him, he will go bang very big. Let's have a look. Beautifully lined up, and oh, she got him. She hit him. Didn't explode, but she definitely hit him. No doubt about that. No explosion on the ground, so she definitely hit target. All right, that Wizzy 131 GFT just killed our Hetzer. Now he's in the dip, rounds out, goes long. Seshet's going to have to move now because although her team is one tank down, which isn't that bad, the enemy does have more tank destroyers. They've lost one of their RT to Seshet, funnily enough. Yeah, those tanks are actually rather too close for comfort. So she needs to take a defensive position and anticipate the enemy's arrival at the cap sometime very shortly. If she can take up a position so she can fire at the cap, the T67 might be able to provide spotting for her. I would say somewhere behind these rocks or just around the corner. But it looks like Seshet's going to go right over to the west side of the map. She's got the range to shoot at the cap, and the SU-5 is near the cap, so he'll spot the enemy as well. Although it probably wouldn't be a good idea for him to shoot at the enemy because he will reveal his position. Now, the Pz.Sfl or Hausschreck is actually built on the chassis of the or the hull of the Panzer IV, Panzer Mark IV, but it had some of the running gear of the Panzer Mark III. So it's a bit of a combination of tanks. And the thing is, the Germans had plenty of those hulls and chassis available. Plus, of course, they'd actually worked out all the kinks in those tanks by now, so they were much better to build, much easier to build, cheaper and more convenient. But as tanks, they weren't very good anymore because they were outclassed by the Russian T-34-85s. So they could certainly be used for artillery. In fact, actually, the Germans did build a huge number of Hummels, and they built the Pz.Sfl because it was a 105mm gun, which they have plenty of. It was reliable. It was very mobile, but best of all, the turret could be removed and turned into a fixed gun emplacement. And towards the end of the war, when this RT came into being, they needed vehicles that could actually hold out against the enemy. So they needed RT that could fire from fixed positions. Oh, she's got another direct hit. And oh, that Hausschreck went up with a big bang. She's going back to that Wizzy 131 GFT. Fires another round in. He's hopefully still there. She splashes the ground. I think she's trying to work out where he is. The Hellcat is nearby, but he's not close enough yet to get a spotting on the Wizzy without getting shot. Now, Seshet's mentioning that grid square. She's saying he's still there. Fires another round in. And it hits the rock face this time. She's hit that guy several times, so... Because she hit him earlier in the game, I believe. Or did she? I thought she did, but... Going back to this M10, he's very low health. That may be the same M10 that she hit earlier in the game. In fact, I'm pretty certain it is, because it's the only M10 RBFM in the game. Well, he is very low on health now. He's just down to 7%. She's fully dialed in, waiting for the reload to go in, just adjusting the aim, and rounds out. This looks good. But she didn't get the kill. And he's killed. The Hellcat got him in the end. T-67's close. We haven't seen the Dicamax for a while. Well, it looks like the enemy attack petered out when our forces actually got close to their cap and they decided to return. We haven't seen the Dicamax for a while. And now it's just 2 tank destroyers holding out for their team. Okay. You see this wide arc of fire for... Oh, there's the Dicamax. You see the wide arc of fire for this RT. And that's because it's on a turret, and that turret can turn without actually moving the vehicle, and that means the aim doesn't... the reticule can dial in very quickly, and it doesn't get the aim doesn't get spoilt that easily. She's loaded. She's marked the target, but she's going to hold fire. She's got plenty of ammo, 39 rounds. There he is. Rounds out. Looks good. Oh, it is. 126 hit points, but not a kill. Next shot should do the kill. I think he's tracked. He can't burn his repair kit. So, well, he repaired his tracks. Fired a blind round in. We just lost our KV2. Dickermax got him. Waiting for sign of that. Wizzy131. Hellcat doesn't want to go up onto the railway line because he thinks he'll get killed immediately. And I'm not sure the T67 wants to adjust his position either. And there's the Dickermax. And he's very low on health. 29%. And he's killed by the T67. And the Wizzy131 got down the railway line without the Hellcat seeing him. He's now sitting up on the railway line, shooting down at the Hellcat. Lining up his shots. Oh, we've got a partial reticule. Oh, what a shot! She got him. And that's the final kill of the game. That was a snapshot if ever I saw one. She aimed very hastily, but she got the shot in. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. It's an ace tank for Seshet in the Pz.Sfl Afeta 4B, or Hausschreck. She got a win 8 of that game of 4,651, which is very good indeed. And 2 kills out of the game as well. And she did a lot of damage to the enemy. Let's have a look at team score. Well, she didn't get the highest damage. That actually went to the Dickermax. He did 1,717 hit points of damage, and he got 5 kills during that game as well. Got a high caliber. The next high score was KV2, got 1364, and after that it was the KV85, got 1237. But Seshet managed to get 1,110 hit points of damage out of that game, and she got 2 kills as well, and 694 base XP. That put us 4th on the XP table, but sadly this was not a winning amount of XP for the contest, I'm afraid. There was a higher replay or higher result already on the table. She fired 24 shots in that game, got 11 direct hits, no penetrations, but 12 splash. Damage of 1,110 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. She damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and she earned 6,693 credits off a free-to-play account and got 694 base XP. But as I said, that wasn't a winning total, but a very, very good game because it was an ace tanker game in the Arty Day competition. It shows if you've got an ace tanker game in the competition, it shows you really were working hard for this competition. And it's a pity that Seshet didn't get it, because actually it was one of my replays that actually beat her. So there you go. I'm sorry about that, Seshet, but we're all trying our best to win the prizes. And it just, on this occasion, it didn't work out for you. But I seem to recall you did beat me in the competition last year. I seem to recall you did, and you got a better one than I did last year, so there you go. We both improved. So thanks very much for watching this replay.